Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of ABL Fan Zone. Today in the studio we have. Can I call you a permanent resident now? Because I can't say a returning guest. You've been at every ABL Fan Zone so far. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Karl Omatsola.
You're welcome. That's my green card for ABL.
There you go. One more, you get your citizenship. By popular demand. So most of my friends is like, listen, man, if you can't have ABL Fan Zone and not have this guy in the studio. And because everywhere they go, this guy forever young. He's a die-hard Chelsea fan for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Pa J.
Yes. Me, Pa J was definitely in the house.
Welcome, sir. You know Pa J, you know he's a die-hard Chelsea fan. So
absolutely.
No question about that. I also call him Jose Worshipper because he loves his Uncle Jose. How you doing?
I'm good.
Man,
I'm good.
Nice to finally have you in the studio, man.
Absolutely, and I guess he has permanent residency, so I'm F1 visa, right?
Yeah, F1 visa. when you make 4 or 5 appearances, we might give you a green card.
No, give me H visa.
There you go.
Oh, give me H1.
H1. For all my foreign people, you know what we're talking about. Some people might not get it, but us, we got it.
Can Google it.
Exactly. Of course, Paje is representing Chelsea. We have a Man City diehard in the house. I don't need to talk about that. Today, you guys will see that I'm rocking, my Prince George's Community College shirts. And the reason being is we are the Region 20 and District F Championship. We beat Montgomery College last week. So as a coach, I'm repping my team, repping my college. I was a player. And now as a coach, we're winning the region. So all my PG players out there, shout out to you guys. Coach Marshall Millwood. Hey, man, good job. Coach Javi. Coach Mumbai, a.k.a. Kareem. Good job, guys. So next week, we're going to, Wednesday morning, actually, we're going to New York, to Harcourt, New York, upstate, to play in the national championship of the D3 National Junior College. So
nice.
This is for you guys, man.
Yep.
I wish us luck. I hope we bring home the championship.
Absolutely.
We've done great things already, and I hope we continue. So not to miss out, though. I still got my Chelsea blue on me. So.
Yeah.
So let's get started, man. So the first thing I want to talk about today real quick. Did anybody see the Barca game earlier?
Yeah, I did. I saw it.
Yeah. What did you get a chance to see?
No, I didn't see, but I heard that Sevilla was beating them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Barca was I actually watched on and off, but Barca was down initially, and I got a little text from Pastor Karl, from Karl, so I switched over real quick and I caught the game, and it was an intensive game.
Beautiful game.
Okay.
It was a great game.
It's a fantastic game.
It looked like when Barca plays Atletico.
Oh,
that's how good it was.
Sevilla was tight.
Sevilla, if you don't know Sevilla's coach, he's the former coach of Chile.
What was it, San Pauli?
Oh, San Pauli. Okay.
Yes.
High press energy.
Yeah. Actually, that guy was actually on call to come to Chelsea before we got Conte.
I love that guy.
But I'm glad we got Conte.
Yeah.
But it was a great game, man. I mean, Barca won. They ended up winning 2-1. If Messi was not on that field, they wouldn't have won. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Sevilla was wonderful.
Americans like to talk about beast mode.
They deserve to be in that top 4, that top 5. Which is it's wonderful.
I mean, Americans like to talk about beast mode. When it comes to Messi is the ultimate beast mode, man. I mean, the guy was phenomenal today. He took over the game. He had a goal. He had an assist. And not only that, I mean, he was angry. At the point, I even saw him playing defense. I was like, whoa, is that Messi?
He was angry.
Well, I think the one thing about La Liga now is the fact that, Barcelona is not looking so invincible anymore. It's like they're not the same Barcelona of like 5 years ago. So teams come there, maybe they've watched Atletico Madrid and say, okay, this is how you need to drill yourselves to prepare for Barcelona. They've learned one thing that we do in the EPL, which is you cannot play Barcelona at Barcelona's game and win. So they come there with a strategy, they try to stifle everything and try to come up with points. So, I mean,
you got to put pressure on that.
Absolutely.
The reality is football around the whole of Europe has changed. The level that they're playing at now has completely changed. In the UK, in Germany, in Spain, even in France, has changed. The intensity, the possession, the skill. It's on a whole different level. Compared to what we had a couple of years ago, this is a whole I'm enjoying every second of it.
Yeah, that was one thing I used to tell somebody, that I hardly watched La Liga unless it came to the Clásico.
Yeah.
Because you see, Barcelona against name whoever besides the Madrid teams, and it's like, okay, it's going to be 12-0, so what's the point? I'll just look up the score.
Yeah.
It's changed.
So,
back to EPL. We had some great games this weekend. Unfortunately, next week is our international break. But we're going to touch on international break stuff. Right. I just want to go through some of the scores real quick and get your opinion on the first game this weekend, which was fantastic. I'm loving it. You see me, I'm smiling from ear to ear. I'm sure you're smiling too. Chelsea beating Everton 5-0. Yeah. Personally, I would have picked Chelsea to win, but I wouldn't pick them to beat them 5-0. What do you think?
Yeah, because historically, when you look at the last few times we've played against Everton, it's always been a very close game. Yeah, even when we had a high-scoring game, when we beat them 7-3 or 7-4 a couple of seasons ago, it's like we go and score, and then they just like stroll right back and either tie the game or come really close. So, and the last time that I was actually watching Chelsea against Everton at Stamford Bridge, I was speaking to my friend Uche on the line, and it was 92nd minute. It was like 0-0, 1-1, and we needed to win that game. And I already actually walked off the TV, went to the kitchen to fix me something, and then Uche was still on the phone, and he gets his feed like half a second before mine. So he just started saying goal. So it's always a close game. So, but looking at us absolutely destroy Everton, it was joy to watch.
Carl, as a non-Chelsea fan, what did you think?
I watched a part of it. I didn't watch the full game. Okay. But I thought it was a good performance. I heard it was a very good performance, and well done to Chelsea. They are rested. They don't have Europe, and so obviously it's good tactics, good players. Everyone's alive now. No more Jose, unfortunately. And they're doing well.
I think Conte is doing great. I love the 4-3-4 formation. Since we switched it up to the 4-3-4, we haven't lost yet.
3-4-3.
3-4-3. I'm sorry, 3-4-3, and we've had a lot of goals. I'm a big fan of 4-3-3 instead of 3-4-3 because even at PG we play 4-3-3. Yeah. But 3-4-3. Knowing the kind of defenders we had before, now I see why he went after David Luiz. Yeah, because initially, remember when we got David Luiz, a lot of Chelsea fans was like, oh man, not him again. But if you notice, when we had the conversation, I was like, man, I love the idea. So now guys like Terry, we kind of slowly phase out, and then we have a new way.
What's
so I
going
love
on with John Obi, Mikel Obi? He's done. What's going on with him? We haven't seen him more.
Here's what I would say about Obi. Is he?
That's my boy, man. Come on.
He's going to play, but it's not. If you look at that defensive midfield, right now, number one is Conte.
Yeah.
Number two is Matic.
Yeah.
And then maybe Mikel Obi can come in as number 4. I wouldn't even see him as a 3 yet because Fabregas, who is making the second highest salary on the team, can't even make it on that formation. Yeah. So not talking about Mikel Obi.
So should he leave in January?
If he doesn't, I don't know.
I mean, I think the main thing is that, if you look at when Mikel was active and now, the team has changed. The way the team plays has changed. Mikel was a perfect fit for the 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1, yeah. And so he can sit back and shield there, and he didn't need to be mobile because of the other players that he was surrounded with. But when you look at, we have Kante, and we have Matic, who also cover ground. And also remember that the board is trying to promote youth. So you have Chalobah. Who's also who's knocking on the door, and maybe even Loftus-Cheek. So when you look at that, it's okay, you have to make some sacrificial lambs. So that comes down to Mikel and probably comes down to Fabregas. Because Fabregas is exceptionally good with the ball at his feet, but this team is working so hard off the ball that is what is keeping Fabregas off the team.
Yeah, I'm just saying from a Niger perspective, I want to see him play. We haven't seen him play.
I mean, the thing is, I think Mikel,
maybe January can get loaned out to another team to at least sharpen
I
up
don't
his
even
game.
think a loan is going to be necessary. I think Mikel just needs to go. We need to get some money for him because he's still in his prime. Mikel can go to Juventus, Milan. He can go to Italy and fit perfectly.
Just a quick reminder real quick. We are on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. So if you have any questions, send it to us on Facebook. I have a gentleman back there looking at it, and I'm also looking at my phone. I'm not playing with my phone while I'm recording. I'm just trying to see if I can send a question on Facebook Live. So I just wanted to clear that up so that people won't think I'm not serious. But hey, if you have any questions, we also have a phone number for you to dial in. If you want to call in, the calling number is 202-681-0389. That's 202-681-0389. 681-0389. We are here for the next 40 minutes or so. So feel free to come in, put in your own opinion. So now that we've gone through that, let's go through some scores real quick.
Yeah.
Bournemouth lost to Sunderland 1-2. I didn't see that coming. I think Sunderland is done this year, but did you see it coming?
I wasn't surprised. I mean, they have to win something at some point.
Right, they're not going to lose every single game.
They're going to win a game. That was a game they had to win, and I'm glad for them. And even though that guy was on the sideline, the coach was on the sideline, Moyes, but this was a game that they had to win. I mean, it's kind of like the whole Swansea and Bradley game, right? I mean, at some point he's going to win something.
I think the strategy for Sunderland at this point might be, at least until January, before to when they can buy something. I think they're probably going to look at just pick the pieces off the teams around them in the bottom half and say, okay, these teams, if we can just be grabbing 3 points and 1 point, 3 points and 1 point, and just try to crawl out. When it comes to the top 4 or the top 10 table, they're just going to just roll over and just take it.
But you in football too, it's also a mental game, right? You win one game, it changes your mindset. You begin to win. You begin to hold position. You begin to eke out point by point. So let's see what happens with Sunderland. Maybe they'll over the next couple of games.
Burnley brings in Crystal Palace. That was a good game. I saw the highlights. I thought it was a nice one.
Yeah, counter-attacking football at its best.
Yeah.
I mean, just.
So here's a question for you though, Kel. Manchester City that beat Barcelona during the week, tied 1-1 with Middlesbrough. What do you think about that game?
That's football. That's the beauty of football.
I have a good friend of mine, Donye. I don't think he will say that.
No, but
he's also a Man City fan.
If you don't concentrate and you don't play your players at the right time, I wanted Kompany to come in and not Garcia, because I could see pressure building, and they were getting tired after the Barcelona game. That's football.
I think the guy, being that he's new to the EPL, he's trying to build his team from the back. So what he's doing is say, okay, I'm going to park the bus against certain teams, and when the team is parking the bus against you, what you need, maybe after the first 60 minutes, get somebody to start shooting, and that's where Yaya comes in.
But no, see, and this is where I completely disagree with anybody. Okay. Yaya is done. He's finished for me. Because here's my reason. Okay. I maybe it's a pet peeve. I cannot stand people who are disloyal. Cannot stand it. If you're going to stick to your guns and say you're not going to apologize, don't apologize. But don't come and after Barcelona again, come and say you want to apologize because you're sorry. What happened in the beginning?
Yeah, but the thing, pragmatically, to look at it, you're not going to sit 250,000 pounds on the bench.
Don't give two. Don't give two. Right. It's all about the principle behind it.
But what happens then when you start losing games? Like he's been dropping points since, and you start needing players.
You're still in top 4. Under 1 point behind Chelsea.
Not forever.
You're still there.
Not forever.
You are still
because
there.
Tottenham can start picking up form.
So can we. That's the point.
But
we beat Barcelona without him. We don't need him.
Well, but you needed him against we needed
Kompany. Vincent Kompany is who we needed at that back at that point in time to lock the game out.
At 79% possession, you need to start shooting. You guys kept going to the wings and it wasn't working.
We had 25 shots on goal. 25 shots on
goal.
Passing into the box, not shooting.
Here's what I would say.
25 shots on goal.
As a coach, when a team is passing the ball, when they're parking the bus, so-called, around you, right? If I was coaching, Man City, we know what I would do. I think that's what you guys didn't do enough. You didn't spread the field wider enough.
They did.
A lot of shots were coming towards the middle.
They did.
But you guys need to spread the wing and have a lot of ball come in, and then you can go for the header.
They did. But the problem was they had 2 banks of 4 spread out wide.
I understand. Right? But so you got to find a way to break through the middle or break too wide.
Which is what Kevin De Bruyne did with that pass.
Then you got to go.
Right, we got to go. But when you're packed, I mean, Middlesbrough played against Arsenal, the same thing happened. It was 1-1 or 0-0. The tough teams.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a Mourinho protege. He knows how to pack the bus. It is what it is.
Yeah, but when you're packing the bus, because at some point you need to try something different for 90 minutes. You guys kept trying the same thing and it barely worked.
No. Second half it was different. Middlesbrough came out second half.
Right.
And they started attacking.
Right. But I'm saying,
first half, yes. Yeah, Middlesbrough came out second half, started attacking. And by that time, because of the Barcelona game midweek, the team was tired. What I wanted Guardiola to do was change and bring in Kompany. And maybe bring in Iheanacho a little earlier to put pressure and speed on the opposition.
And I disagree with you that Yaya is done because
for me,
I'll tell you why. It's because you can use a player like that further up. PJ. What you're not going to use Yaya for is to have him run up and down. And like
discussing Yaya with me is a no-go.
I understand that, but it's affecting your team right now because
I rather lose than play that guy. You know why? It's about loyalty.
If you're a Man City fan and you're watching, feel free to dial in. Our calling number is 202-681-0389. As you can see, this discussion is very heated.
And be disloyal to the team that's paying that kind of money because of the stupid agent? No.
Actually, you need to realize that he and Pep have a beef that goes way back.
Doesn't matter.
It does. It does.
No, that's one thing I would say.
It doesn't matter.
I agree with you. Hold on one second. I agree with you. They do have a beef that go way back. But at some point, you need to realize that your career is on the line. And when your career is on the line, one of the first things I said when this whole beef started was, Yaya needs to fire his agent or put him on hold for a while and do whatever Pep says. Because if that's the boss always gets his way. This is your career you're talking about. As a 33-year-old player, you don't have that much time left. You have maybe 2-3 years.
We can go through the nuances.
The problem is it's a pattern. It's not birthday cake. It is him getting angry that Aubameyang won Africa Player of the Year and he threw a tantrum.
Yeah.
He's an immature person.
It's a spoiled brat, no doubt about that.
And you're making £250,000 a week.
Yeah. For somebody making that much money, it's a spoiled brat, no doubt. So let's move on. Yeah. Another draw game that I want to talk about. All right, Arsenal, Tottenham this morning.
Loved it.
I knew it was going to be 1-1. I mean, look, that top four.
Right.
The only team I feel who can carry it is Liverpool. Liverpool is the only team that's played 3 of the top 4 and has collected, out of 9 points, collected 7. They haven't lost, and they're all away.
I was hoping that Tottenham would win.
Me too. I mean, I was
hoping that Tottenham would win because, and I think they did the right things.
But it was
because the goal that Arsenal got actually was
an own goal, right?
Yeah. Tottenham, Mauricio Pochettino is a fantastic coach. In fact, if I had my choice, I'd rather have him instead of Guardiola because I think he's more modern, it's more amenable, and he has a more aggressive stance on how he plays. Fantastic game.
Another upset this weekend. Hull beat Southampton.
Yeah, I think there's a friend of mine that says that when you play a high-profile game in the Champions League and you win, normally you pay for it when you come back to the league. I think it's Uche that actually says that, and it's proven right for most of the time because you exert so much energy. That when you come back, the other teams are kind of like preparing and waiting for you.
Bayern Munich drew with Hoffenheim. 1-1.
Our body can only take so much. If you look at the pace that those guys play during the week and then coming on weekend to play an EPL game, it's very tough. Yeah. But if you look at a team that is now playing Champions League right now, Liverpool, and you saw they destroy Watford 6-1.
It's just, that Liverpool team. I've said that Liverpool team is the way they're playing is incredible.
Yeah, but the question I have though is, so if you were to prepare for Liverpool, what would you do?
You play.
Go ahead. Sorry, no, go ahead.
You play the way in which City played Barcelona. Don't try and beat them on the midfield and play a pass. You counter-attack.
So when you have a team that plays, what makes Liverpool dangerous is they play very high-paced game.
Yeah.
And I've always tell people that the difference between high school, college, and professional is the pace. Pace kills. When they say speed kills, in soccer, pace kills. Yeah. So the only way you can really, really neutralize pace is to try to slow the game down. Yeah. Slow the game down on your own possession.
Right.
Because when they have the ball, they're coming out with you.
Yeah.
And they have players that are very skillful. So you have to try to, if you have to pack the balls, get the ball and slow the pace down. When you slow the pace down for 15-20 minutes, they get frustrated and then you can kind of move the ball. That's the only way you can beat Liverpool.
Absolutely right. Because I remember in 2013-14 when Liverpool was actually about to go and win the league, and we went to play them in their field, and the way it was described, the way Mourinho described it is like, when you have a pit bull that is ready to go off, but you keep holding it back. You're holding it back. Ivanovic, Peter Cech will throw the ball to Ivanovic. Instead of him kicking the ball back, he plays it back to Peter Cech. The ball goes to throw in. Mourinho holds on to the ball. It's like you just do everything to just slow the game down.
The only difference was the game in Europa League against Sevilla, where first half they were up 3-0. Second half, Sevilla outpassed them, we are faster than them, we are more aggressive. So if you can outpass them and we are more aggressive, you beat them.
But how many people can outpass Liverpool?
Well, I mean, not many.
The pace is great. So you have to slow the game down.
Not many. But if you can do it like Sevilla did in the Europa League, you beat them and you destroy them in the second half, 4 goals to 0.
All right. So let's move on real quick. I want to. This is going to take a while because we need to talk about this now. Jose Mourinho. Man U won today 3-1. They beat Swansea.
Right.
Swansea was
I love Bradley. but he needs to step up. He's got to do something. I understand he doesn't have great players, but you are there to work the guys you have.
Yeah, something.
Here's the good and bad about it. Second half, first half they considered 3 goals. Second half, they were able to neutralize those players and save face. And actually, you got to go back.
Right.
But Jose Mourinho was not on the touchline. Was that part of do you think that made a difference to the players?
No, go ahead.
I know you're a Jose fan, but I'm just
that's
saying.
why I told him to go ahead first.
I think they picked the right players in the right position. I mean, you're playing first, all the young boys, Lingard, those boys didn't play. He started off with Rooney, Ibrahimovic, Ashley Young, Carrick was playing. When Carrick plays, they don't lose.
Okay.
They had it was that boy.
Rooney was the man of the match today. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So
well,
don't forget
that big boy at the back. That boy, the
Belly?
the defender.
Smalling.
Phil Young, Phil Jones.
Phil Jones.
He played. So they played the old boys who knew how to slow the game down, pass the ball, were confident. That's why they won.
But was it because Swansea was just bad?
And Swansea was terrible.
Okay.
And my daughter's game would have probably even tried to.
Yeah, but the one thing I'll say is I don't think it necessarily means they won because Mourinho was not on the sideline, because he's the one that prepares the team. They watch the opponent, they look for strategies, they pick the players, and they're going to be passing notes or texting each other from wherever he's sitting. So, I mean, you can say, okay, maybe there was any kind of antic where he will throw a tantrum if the ref doesn't call something, but as far as preparing the team, I don't think it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. But so overall, though, let's forget about today's game. Okay. Jose Mourinho came in with $200 million to buy players. He bought all the players he wants, including £89 million for Pogba. Is that number correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, and he bought Zlatan, who I think is still one of the best top strikers, one of the top 5 strikers in the world right now. He's got everything he wants.
Top 7.
But the team is in 8th before today. Now, we have all just agreed that Swansea was just horrible.
Yeah.
Putting, with all that money, with all that expend, and the team is in 8th place before today, 6th place now. Has Jose lost his mojo?
Ty, next game, you will know. Because Arsenal is going to United.
Yes.
That game would define...
I want him to answer this because he's a diehard Jose fan. Has Jose lost his mojo?
I'm going to break it down like this. I don't think he's lost his mojo because the United team has been unbalanced forever.
True.
Now, when you look at, you can look at how much he spent, but he didn't really get everything he wanted because...
What else did he want?
I'll tell you this one thing. Man U is the only elite team that does not have a striker in his prime.
What is Rashford?
Hold up.
What is Martial?
He's not in his prime. Rashford is 19. Martial is 19. What's his name? The other boy, the Dutch boy. What's his name? Depay.
Herrera, all those guys are not in their prime.
They're 19. Your prime is 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 20, 29.
That's an excuse.
No, it's not excuse. Zlatan is 35. So if you look at Chelsea...
he wanted Zlatan.
Hold on.
But whose fault is that now?
That's who they have. You can't just come in.
£200 million now.
No, but you can't come in and just put guys out of contract because you want to go and get Benzema. They just got these guys last season. So if you look at Chelsea, we have Costa, 28. You have Aguero at City, 27 or 28. You have Arsenal, whoever they have, 28, 29. These are guys who are in their primes. So
200 million, and he bought a defensive midfielder.
Yeah,
he could have bought strikers. There were strikers on the market.
They had 3 strikers already. Are you going to
put them out of contract? You know what I don't like about Jose Mourinho? I don't like when a coach loses the game and throw all his players under the bus or throw some specific players under the bus. And he's been doing that for a very long time. And actually, I'm not a big fan of it. I watched the midweek game against Fenerbahce, and his announcement right after that was, my left back and my right back were horrible.
Because they were. Let me tell you something.
You don't throw them on the bus under the media. How many coaches in the world does that for Mourinho?
Everybody's not going to coach the same way. Let me explain this to you. Mourinho normally he deflects attention away from the players to himself.
Not anymore. When
he threw that tantrum against Conte, that was to himself. That was to take pressure away from the. When you talk about mindset,
how did they make him look?
He's deflecting to himself, so he's going to handle it. Because what he's saying
The one
is
about 1 goal versus 4 goals and respect.
Exactly.
So what?
No, that was acting like a child.
I don't think. I mean, there are times when he overdoes it, right?
Pajay, I know you're a fan. I know to you he hasn't lost his mojo. KO, what do you think?
I don't think he's lost the mojo. I just think he just needs to find out that thing that made him take in the first place and stop complaining about the hotel rooms not being good and players not being good. Just do your damn job, man. You have the players, you have the Pogba you spend too much money for. You have Ibrahimovic, you have all these players. Just do the damn job and focus on the issues. Don't worry about all the shenanigans by the side. That's what. If he does that, they will be competitive. The problem now is they're 6 points behind top 4.
Yeah,
and it doesn't get easier. Okay. And the top 4 are difficult. The most difficult top 6 in the world right now.
Right, and one thing I'll say is that yes, you know, he Mourinho is not right 100% of the time. Let me just set the record straight.
Nobody's right 100% of the time.
As far as even if I have to mention,
not even contact.
Right. Yeah. But as far as him, you know, being fired and everything, I'll say this, and I just put it on record and saying that from April to October 31st, I blame everybody at Chelsea, including him, for what happened. From November 1st to when he got fired in December, I blame Mourinho because even I as a fan was expecting him to do some drastic things and change something. At that point, we were not expecting to go back and win the league, but I was looking for, okay, just do something different, just you know, and that didn't happen. Like what Conte is doing now is what I wished Mourinho had done. Even if he didn't really get that many points, just to show that you're not doing the same things over and over.
I think he had lost the players by that time, though.
Honestly, I don't even believe that it's a player issue, really.
I think he had lost
because
call
Hold on 1 second. We got a fan coming.
First go.
To accept.
Let me get
ABL Fan Zone. Who's talking, please?
This is Dr. Babs.
From where?
From Maryland,
Okay.
U.S.
We're talking about Jose Mourinho. What's your opinion?
Well, actually, I've not been able to follow you guys, but I've just been looking and just want to commend you for a good job. I've not really listened to what you've been saying yet, but
Okay.
I'm just testing to make sure I can reach you guys.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate that anytime. Since you don't have any comment, we would like to open up the line for the next caller.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so back to the Mourinho conversation.
right. So like I was saying, you know, I don't even think I don't believe in all this whole locker room stuff. I think number one, there was issues with the behind the scenes with the board. I think the players, he asked for money to buy certain players. They didn't give it to him. They said, "Oh, you won the league with 9 points. Just go ahead and do it again."
That's all. That's Pajay.
Okay, so
I know you love Mourinho.
So okay, let me ask you this then.
Listen, this is the same player that were not performing for him and now on second on the table. Hazard, that it was practically almost neglected, that everybody was saying it was wrong. He's now one of the best players in the league. There's so many things that was wrong. We can stay here and talk about it what Jose did wrong at Chelsea.
I don't think.
But real quick, I want to remind everybody, since we just got a call, that we're on Facebook Live, we're on YouTube Live. So if you have any questions, send your questions. We have guys in the background that are taking the questions. Call in 202-681-0389. Once again, we have Karl and Pajay with us in the studio today. Right. For the next 25 minutes, let's move on real quick because we can stay on Jose
we're not going to agree.
We're not going to agree.
We can agree that we have the best coaches in the world in EPL.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, except for Ancelotti.
Absolutely.
Simeone, Ancelotti is not an EPL yet, but sooner or later they will find their way there.
He has an Ancelotti statue in the front yard somewhere.
I like Ancelotti.
I love Ancelotti. I liked him. I like Klopp. I like a bunch of coaches.
I liked him.
As a coach, I studied their style, and I love Ancelotti's way. So the last game of this weekend was Leicester losing to West Brom 2-1. Now, we all can agree that Leicester wasn't going to repeat what they did last year.
Right. I agree.
Okay. Yeah. So since we all agree, where do you think they will finish this year?
I think they're going to be in top 10. I think they're gonna get it together. I think they're probably going to go a bit farther in Champions League.
Yeah.
Because they're going to top the table in their group, so they're going to get a cheesy team in second round.
I don't know though, because what's going on with the Champions League now? If you look at what's happening, all the top teams are now second. Most of them.
Yeah.
Real Madrid is second. Bayern is second. Who knows what will happen?
Yeah, but
and Leicester is doing great in Champions League. I actually have a couple friendly wages with a couple friends.
The opposition is, I mean, come on.
Hey, they out of their group.
Copenhagen, you're playing.
I understand. Man, you just lost to Fenerbahce.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So anything can happen. We have to understand that.
Yeah.
So before we go into next week, you wanted to say something?
But if they get knocked out of the Champions League, they would step up their game on the EPL.
Absolutely. I don't know if they have the squad depth to do both. So I think what they're doing is, okay, we're going to go in the Champions League, see how far we go, and then the teams in the EPL that we know we're going to take points from, except for like surprises like today, we're going to go ahead and take the points and just, their coach is going to say 40 points. I just want 40 points. Yeah. So they're just going to look to survive the league and see what they can do in Champions League.
I agree with you. Before we go into next week's schedule, like I said earlier, this is the international break. So a couple games I want to highlight this international break, because normally everybody says, international break is boring. It's boring. There's nothing to watch.
Not this one.
Not for me.
Exactly. So this international break, Thursday, November 10th, Chile, Colombia, CONCACAF qualifying.
You know what happened to Bolivia and the points deduction, right?
Please.
Because they feed on OH, they're an ineligible player.
Okay.
They took away points from everybody who played Bolivia or something. So right now, Brazil is now actually 5th, not 4th anymore. So now that makes the whole Brazil Argentina game and Chile even more difficult.
Interesting. The Chile game, I think the Chile Bolivia game, the next game I was actually going to talk about was the Brazil and Argentina game. Yeah. Now, the game is in Brazil.
Okay.
Argentina has a fully fit Messi. Who do you think is going to win?
I think it's going to be it's not going to be the Brazil that we saw in the World Cup. I think because if you look at the setup of the current Brazil team and how they're gelling a bit better, and Coutinho is in the form of his life. So
Firmino, Coutinho,
right, Neymar,
Gabriel Jesus, Neymar.
Yeah. So I think that if Brazil can somehow at least contain Messi a little bit, they have a chance. I think they have a chance to pull the win because historically, Argentina hasn't been really that exceptional, even in South African, in qualifiers, despite the stars that they have.
I don't know what's going on with Argentina this time around. They seem to be.
I'll say 2-1. 2-1 Brazil.
2-1 Brazil.
Yeah,
that's going to be devastating to Argentina.
Well, they can pick up points elsewhere, but I just think that the setup for this Brazilian team. I think the coach is getting his onions right. He's working something. Yeah. I mean, forever Brazil did not have a 9. The best 9 they've had in 4 years plays for Chelsea, and the guy is Spanish.
They have a 9 now.
Yeah, but they have a 9 now.
Yeah, they have a 9
and he's stepping up. He's fitting right in.
I can't wait for that boy to come to the EPL. The only problem I have is
he's going.
I think Chelsea actually tried to get him one time.
Yeah.
The only problem I have is the Hernandez is going to suffer.
So.
Kilic is going to suffer if that boy comes to the EPL.
If it comes to Man City?
Yeah. That's the problem. That's the only issue I have is how we're going to play,
But I think in this case, the US probably step their game up.
Okay.
I'll say 2-1 US.
I hope he plays Pulisic.
That guy is good.
Because if he plays that boy, I think we have a good chance. Because that boy is a.
I don't see why he wouldn't play Pulisic. Honestly, I don't see who, because remember Donovan is out. He's having a heart problem, so he can't play. Somebody has to come in. Wondolowski to me is too old. He can come in, be good in locker room. Bobby Wood is playing well, and so I think Pulisic will play as a right midfielder. And
how about that guy with the ostrich hair? I forgot his name.
Ostrich hair.
Yeah, black dude.
Green.
No, I didn't talk about Sardes. From LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's decent. I mean, he has his days.
We have better internationals now.
What about Green?
Okay, Rob Green.
No, Green. The striker from Bayern Munich.
For Bayern Munich, he's too young. He's not. I don't think he should play in that kind of game. When you have Pulisic, you have all these big guys. Yeah. Okay. I think I don't know. I wouldn't play him. I wouldn't play. Nothing personal. I just think he's not there yet.
And there was this winger that played against was in the what was it, CONCACAF? Some cup that was played. Actually, it was the Copa America, where he actually cost, was it Paraguay, a whole bunch of problems. He's a winger, light skinned dude, very very quick.
US.
Yeah, it's a US player.
Yeah.
He plays in Germany.
Yeah, and he actually got a stupid yellow, and that's why he didn't face a bigger team.
I was actually at that game. And that's the game we went to in Philly. I can't remember the name, but I know who you're talking about. So Light-skinned kid. He plays in Germany, Division 1.
Right, so with players like that, I think
they're going to cause... Are you going US or Mexico?
I'm going with US on this one.
Okay, we'll keep your green card. How about you?
You keep my F4 visa.
If Mexico plays to their ability, I think Mexico's going to win.
Mexico? Okay. All right.
You
You,
know,
already got your green card in the ABL Fan Zone, so we can't take
Although
that away.
I want the US to win, but I think Mexico.
Yeah, I think you have to win.
Yeah.
This is in your warehouse. All right.
Okay.
Saturday, Nigeria, Algeria. And I think the game is in Nigeria.
The game is in Nigeria,
Okay.
yes.
You have Slimani, you have Mahrez. It's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult.
We have Mikel. Why are you rolling your eye? You just said Mikel is your boy.
I know, but Mahrez, Slimani, Algeria has its edge against Nigeria. It's always a difficult game.
Well,
I'm ready for you. You and your Saba
don't-
Eagle crew.
Yeah, I don't really think Algeria has always had an edge over Nigeria. I think the last time Nigeria actually lost to Algeria was in 1991 in
World
the
Cup qualifier.
No, it was a Nations Cup that was hosted in Algeria. And since then, actually in the 2006 World Cup qualifier, we beat Algeria in Nigeria and beat them 5-1 in Algiers. So that whole thing that they used to have over us back in the 80s, where they had their, we used to call them international, or anytime they had players in Europe, we had a kind of funny name for them, like, they had professionals because they played in Europe. Yes, they have Mahrez, they have Slimani, they have these guys. We also have Kelechi, we have Iwobi.
True.
We have guys that they have to be worried about. We have Musa, we have
True.
So we have guys that, my only issue
Discipline.
with Nigeria really is the fullbacks.
Preparation. All about preparation. Preparation.
No,
Are we
preparation.
ready?
It's at home. We should be okay.
We have Victor Moses. We're going to be
Okay,
fine.
so what's your pick?
Nigeria 2-0.
I'll pick Nigeria
Yeah, I'll
because
pick-
I can't go against Nigeria. I can't go against US, but hey,
I think
I'm not picking with high hopes.
If we play to our fullest, we should be
Let me change that. I say 2-1
should be able
because
to-
I think they're probably going to score.
Right.
But I think we have enough guys. We have enough, high profile, guys who are in form. We have Victor Moses. We have, but the
Musa, Ahmed
fullbacks.
Musa.
Yeah, but the
So,
fullbacks.
I mean, just to highlight some other games real quick, we don't need to go into details. Cameroon is playing Zambia. I think that's going to be a really, really good game to watch.
Cameroon.
Trust me, Cameroon is good, but don't sleep on Zambia. They have some guys that are very fast and very good with headers. So, but we'll see. Egypt and Ghana. That's another game. So you can't say
Ghana.
Ghana and Egypt. And the game is in Egypt. So that's another game to watch.
I gotta watch that.
And then just one friendly. I'm not really a big fan of friendly during the international break, but England is playing Spain as a friendly.
That's
Where?
a good game.
Wembley.
I think November 12th.
Wembley?
Yeah.
Spain.
Yeah.
Now. It's-
I think Spain is gonna because
Spain's
England right now
That's
doesn't really.
it's just a good game to watch.
Yeah.
So to wrap up real quick, before we wrap up, once again, I want to remind everybody we are on Facebook Live. You are able to call in 202-681-0389. Every week when we do this, we always pick the next match. So like I said, we're going into the international break, but right after the international break, where's my notes?
some good
November
games.
19th is
Some
the
good
next
games.
EPL
Oh,
weekend.
Some good games.
My
Some
birthday.
really, really, really. Oh, your birthday.
My birthday, yeah.
Perfect.
First game is tough. First game is
Maybe we
sweet.
should watch the game together somewhere. November 19th, first game. Man U, Arsenal at Man U.
1-1.
Arsenal 2-1.
I'm going with Arsenal 4-1 because Wenger is tired of Jose Mourinho, and this is an opportunity for him to get a revenge and call him specialist and lose. I know you said that Mourinho has never lost. We never lose to Arsenal, but this is the time. He's not on that Chelsea anymore. So
And if he doesn't,
I'm going Arsenal 4-1.
I will say that Arsenal has the advantage because Mourinho, the defense is just in tatters right now. They have injuries to their best defender. However, if he sets up something to protect that defense, they have a good chance.
This is not Swansea.
I will say this: if with the bad form that Man U has right now, if Wenger cannot beat Mourinho now, he never will.
So
That's it for him.
you said 1-1, right?
Arsenal 2-1.
I said 1-1.
Arsenal
Arsenal
1-1, and I said Arsenal 4-1. Crystal Palace going to Man City.
City 2-1. I think we still have issues with our defense.
With what I saw from Crystal Palace today, I said City 3-1.
That was just 2-1.
3-0.
They're gonna pack the.
3-0. They pack the balls, but see, I can expect an early goal, and that just changes the whole thing.
Everton going to Swansea.
Everton. 2-0.
Going to Swansea is not always easy. I always think this is going to be Bob Bradley's first game, so I'll give him a 1-0 win.
I hope so, but
Southampton.
Lukaku hasn't scored in a couple of matches.
Liverpool going to Southampton.
I don't know. I think they'll figure them out.
Okay.
Southampton defends very well.
Yeah.
They don't leak a whole bunch of goals, and it's at Southampton.
Yeah.
And we're the only team to have beaten Southampton at home in 2016. 2-2.
I agree. That's what I was about to say. You took it out of my mouth. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. And plus, I want Liverpool to at least draw points so that Chelsea can be number one again, even though I do like Liverpool. But it's about time. Hall going to Sunderland. Why are you laughing?
Sunderland. 2-1.
They're both going to lose.
Sunderland 2-1.
Sunderland 2-1? What about you?
Yeah, I think what's his name hasn't scored in a while. Defoe hasn't scored from the field from open play in a while, so I think he's gonna.
But the Sunderland win this weekend. They won.
Yeah,
they won. And Hall also won.
Hall also won. I'll go Hall.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Hall.
At Sunderland, right?
Yeah,
Sunderland.
Leicester going to Watford.
Leicester's not going to lose too many games. I think this one might be a draw or a Leicester win.
Watford wants a reaction from 6-1.
I'll go Leicester. They're coming up for international break. A lot of the players don't play. Only 3 or 4 of the players play international break. So I'll go.
I'll still pick Hull.
I'll go. Bournemouth going to Stoke City.
Stoke,
yeah.
He's on a Monday night.
Bournemouth. West Ham going to Tottenham.
Oh, Tottenham.
No.
They've drawn so many games, they need to start winning. So I think Tottenham is going to pick it up.
If West Ham get their act together, like last season, they could win.
Okay, Tottenham.
Yeah, but when you look at what Tottenham just did today with Arsenal, I think that, they probably have their mood. And what's his name is back, right. Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Tottenham has the players, the personnel, so I think they will definitely win that. Middlesbrough hosting Chelsea. How can? Forgive me, I'm drawing blank.
I don't know. It could go either way. It could be a draw, or it could be a blowout.
It's gonna be a blowout 4-0 with
No, I don't think so.
With the way Chelsea is playing, anybody that sit there better watch out.
I don't think so.
3-0 minimum. No. I'll tell you why.
Why?
They can park 10 buses if they want. They can go and put a plane in front of the bus and put whatever. I think we have goals coming from so many places.
Yep.
That even with Costa shooting long distance, which never happened before.
Well, let's see. We'll see. I mean, I think
we're going to win.
I think it's going to be more difficult than you think.
It's harder to pack the bus against 3 strikers, and you have 5 in the middle. Because remember, you only have 3 in the back, so I think it's going to get.
I think we're going to score early, and that's going to change the game.
Yeah. I still think it's going to be more difficult than you think.
Okay, we'll see. West Brom, Burnley. Last game of the week.
Who's host at Burnley?
West Brom is at home.
It'll be a draw. 1-1. West Brom. Burnley.
No. I mean, West Brom just beat the champions, right?
Yeah.
But Burnley, they have goals in them.
So who's your pick?
Nah, man.
Okay.
Come on, Taiye.
Okay, I'll go with a draw.
Monday night.
I'll go with a draw.
Monday night.
Yeah.
It's a draw.
Yeah, I'll go with it. I'll go with a draw.
Okay. So I want to get out of EPL for a second.
Okay.
Right after the international break, Atletico hosting Real Madrid.
Atletico. You know why they lost? I think they lost the last game.
Yeah.
I don't know. That Madrid side, they have a way of coming up at the last minute, man. Atletico right now is what? Atletico is what? They are what? 5th now in the league?
Yeah, but if you look at the way they do, I mean, who did they draw? Who did Madrid draw? But Legia Warsaw or somebody?
Madrid won today 3-0.
It almost
against who?
It almost seems as if right now.
But Bale got 2 goals.
It almost seems as if right now their goal is Champions League, not La Liga.
Yeah.
The way they are playing right now.
Who's got?
Atletico. Not like
personally,
but it's a derby. It's a derby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a derby.
I'm picking Atletico. I'm picking Madrid simply because I think they have better player. Not only you can only defend for so much, but the way Madrid is playing right now, the way Bale is playing, man, I see fire.
But even Atletico has changed their game too.
I understand, but
they've changed their game more. The way they play now is even they're much more open, much more.
I mean, it's going to be a great game, but I'll go for Madrid. Maybe 2-1.
I mean, Madrid has always had the better players than Atletico.
And the money.
You know, and the money.
Yeah.
I just think it boils down to the strategy. And, you know, Griezmann does not, he hardly ever misses chances.
Yeah.
That boy is good, man.
You know, if he gets, if they clog everything, like they always do, hunker down, if that boy gets 2 chances in that game, they're going in.
All right, so it's been a great show. Pajay, you're a first-time guest. You haven't had the chance to pick your top 4. So, because you're picking it after 9 weeks, right? We just completed week 9.
Yeah.
You have a big advantage. And remember, this is on camera. So I want you to look at that camera and pick your top 4. You have a big advantage over us that I've been picking since week 1. So now you have a chance. Only your top 4 and you have 30 seconds. You can't take all day.
Okay, 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Top 4.
10 seconds left. Just kidding.
You have to give me you have to do African timing to drag it to 5 minutes.
Who's your top 4 for the league?
Top 4 for the league. I have Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal.
How can this man have a Chelsea jersey on his chest?
He's not being
Chelsea to be third.
He's not being emotional.
I am speaking pragmatically.
He's being pragmatic.
For the record, I picked Chelsea from day 1, and we are number 1 right now.
We're number 2.
We're
number 2.
Well, we were number 1 yesterday. We're number 2 today.
I mean,
but here's the beauty of the league is that for the next 6 months, you're gonna have a different leader almost every day of the week.
Okay.
It's gonna keep rotating until. I mean, there are 2 leagues in the EPL.
Mm-hmm.
There's that top 4, and there's the top 6. There's top 4, tops, and there's everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That top 4, when they play each other, how they play will tell you who's going to win the league. And right now, it's advantage Liverpool.
And the reason why I picked Man City is because overall, I mean, Liverpool has issues at the back, and once you figure them out, and if God help them if Moutinho gets injured, that's the glue for that team. When nothing is going,
I chose Arsenal on day 1.
Nah, lie.
Because I felt
never. Let them buy 10 Messis. They're not winning that league. We will be talking about Arsenal the same way we talk about the Chicago Cubs. 108 years.
So speaking of Arsenal, before we wrap it up for the day, I want you to clear one thing up. There's a big rumor all over the internet. Benga, Solitude, Uche, a whole bunch of our boys. You know who I'm talking about.
Right.
Please look at that camera once again.
Right.
Were you once upon a time an Arsenal fan or not?
No. And let me just clarify this.
Hey, you have a few seconds to clarify.
Okay, let me clarify it. Before I chose Chelsea to be my team, okay, I used to watch and like teams that had Nigerians on the team.
Thank you.
John Utaka, Portsmouth. Does that make me a Portsmouth fan? Newcastle, Obafemi Martins. Does that make me a Newcastle fan? Bolton, JJ Okocha. Does that make me a Bolton fan? Ipswich with Finidi George. Does that make me a Ipswich fan?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I can go on and on and on. Even before Leeds had Yeboah.
Yeah.
Does that make me Ghanaian? So, but the reason I became a Chelsea fan, and I used to watch Arsenal because I had Kanu.
Okay.
You know, that was the only reason. Now, I became a Chelsea fan when Mourinho came to Chelsea because he beat Man U with Porto, and I hated Man U was the one I always hated Man U. So when he became the Chelsea coach, that became my team.
So how do you feel now as Mourinho, the Man U fan, the team that you hate with passion? And Mourinho, the guy you love,
it's
is
difficult.
now the coach of the team.
It is difficult because I want Man U to lose, but I don't want Mourinho to lose.
You don't want him to get fired.
So yeah, I don't want him to get fired. I hope, when they face Chelsea, I want us to always beat them. However, I don't want Mourinho to get so bad that he gets fired from Man U. I think that, maybe over a couple of years, you'd get the team right, get the players right.
It's good to have him for the league.
Carl, you have the last word.
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to revise your top 4?
No.
Perfect. I love it.
I still feel City is going to win it.
I might revise mine, Come January.
Maybe if you get a second revision.
Let me make a quick proclamation. One last proclamation. One last proclamation. If Chelsea should ever be on that league with a 6-point up 6 points against everybody else, we're gonna win the league.
That's a bad prediction. Obviously, we're gonna win. I've kept Chelsea from day one. I'm still maintaining it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Karl. You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Pai J.
Yes, sir.
You're walking towards your ABL green card, so you're always welcome anytime. The man behind the camera, SM Production, thank you very much. While the Wild, studio engineer, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is ABL Fan Zone. Feel free to follow us on ABL Afrobeat Live on Facebook, on Instagram, and Afrobeat Live 1 on YouTube, and download our app 24/7 online radio. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Have a blessed week and enjoy the international break.
Afrobeat Live. Tunes from the motherland and beyond. Don't touch that dial.
It's about to go down.